All right, this is OXDF looking at the Grepping for Gold terminal in the 2021 Sans Holiday Hack. So basically, they're giving me these 6 questions I got to answer, and it can start off pretty simple. So we'll start. We've got one file here, this big scan GN map, and if I less that file, oops, I can see basically when you run, you can see the output right here. Actually, I didn't realize that until just now, but they use the -OG flag. They don't specify ports, so by default, it's going to do the top 1,000 ports, which is why you'll see things like, here's 5 ports open and then filtered 995. And they're doing an entire WAC 14, which is going to be a large number of IP addresses. And the -OG means output in greppable format. And so what that basically means is there's going to be 1 or 2 lines per host. It'll either say, the status showing whether it's up or down, and then it's going to show the ports, again, all on one line. So for this single host, I get the ports that are open and the rest are filtered in this case. Sometimes you'll see the rest are closed. So with that in mind, the whole point of this output format is that it's not super readable to your eye, but it is super readable by grep. So, when they ask us a question like, what is this, which port is open on this host, I can, oh, that's not the right button. I can paste this in here and I can then do big scan and get just these 2 lines. I can see the answer is, what is it, 62078, and what do I do? Quiz me. 278, and I get the first one right. I have 5 challenges left. Same thing, just different IP. This is easy enough. We will remove this. See what the copy looks like here. Copy, paste. I always have to really resist using the keyboard shortcuts I'm used to on a Linux terminal. So here we got 8080 is the port open. Easy enough. For the next one here, we're going to say, so how many hosts are up? And we've seen this status up line. So again, pretty simple. We're just going to come back here and we're going to grep for status : up like that. And we will pipe that into word count -L to see how many lines. And we get 26,054. And that is the correct number. So we're going to start getting a little bit trickier here. And the next one is, how many hosts have a web port open? 80, 443, or 8080? So what am I looking for here? There's a couple things. First of all, I have to grep with multiple possibilities. So that's where I'll use the -E flag. So I can do that. 80 -E 443 -E 8080. And so now if it matches on any of those, it'll come up. But I also want to be a little bit careful because, if 8080 is open, but let's say 8,000 was open. Well, this grep right here will actually match because it has the 80 there, right? So I'm going to do something where I put, it looks like there's always a space in front of the ports. So I can put a space there and there's always a slash afterwards. So I'll do that to make sure I'm getting the start and finish. Probably not necessarily an 8080, although, if one 8080 was open, I wouldn't want to find it. So, and there we go. So we get back a result of 1472. Quiz me. 14372. And we're good there. All right, what's our next challenge? How many hosts are up but have no detected ports open? So we already know the number of hosts that are up. So we just need to find how many have no detected ports. So the way I would solve this is, let's go ahead and grep on, this ports line here and see how many are there. So if we do that, and big scan, and we do word count -L, we can see that there's 25,652 reported lines that have hosts, and we had 26,054 up here. So we can just do some math in our terminal here. You can always do it, if you put math inside this double brackets with a $sign in front of it, it'll do math for you. In fact, we can even, well, let's see. So we can, I'll for sure just show this. Copy, paste, minus, and then copy, paste. And the answer is 402. I could even do this with subcommands. So I could say like that, and come over here and put, let's see, where was this is our number of up, copy, paste, and then this is our number of ports right here, number that have a port open, copy, paste, and 402. So either way, 402, and I've got one challenge left. What is the last challenge? What's the greatest number of TCP ports open that any one host has? And this is kind of cool. So when I solve this, there is, let me see if I can get this link up here. I'll show you what I was working with, what I was looking at. I did some Googling for grep, like number matches per line kind of thing, and I found this solution here, which is actually pretty cool. So it'll tell for each line, these are line numbers, 1, 2. It'll tell how many times it found, in this case, this pattern, or a curly bracket, either of the squiggly brackets on that line. I thought this was pretty cool because what I can use is, let's go back into our terminal here. Go back to where we have our ports here. So we're gonna get our ports line. And now we'll do a grep -o -n and find the number of commas on that line. Because if I look up, let's get a better example here. Control C, less, big scan. When I look at these things, the ports are comma separated. And so there's going to be the number of commas plus 1 ports on each line. So what I can do here is, we'll try grep ports. So now if we, out of all the ports lines, we -o -n like that, and then what's that going to, we can just look at what that's going to give us. Let's run it through head. What that's giving us right there, you can see, is the line number, and it's the line number and just the match, right? So that's good. But what I really want to do is just get the line numbers. I don't need the match. I know the match is always going to be a comma. So I'll use cut -d on the semicolon there, or colon there, and then I'll do field 1. So I just get the line number. Oop, that's going to be less. So let's use less. So these are the line numbers of each time a comma is found. So what I really want to know is how many are on each line, right? How many 1s are there, how many 2s are there, etc. And so what I can do there, it's already sorted. If it's not sorted, unique doesn't work nicely, but it's already sorted. So I can do UNIQ -C. And that's going to give me the same thing, but this time now it's giving me the number for each of type. So 4 1s, line 1 had 4, line 2 had 4, line 3 had 2, etc. And now I can, knowing that, I can do a sort -nr, because I want to sort to find the biggest one of these. So n tells me to treat it numeric, so that like 1 1 is known as 11 and doesn't get sorted with the 1s. And then r is for reverse order, because I want to get the biggest ones first. And so these lines right here, line 10,000, line 12,000, blah, 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 line 5,886, all had 11 ports open. All had 11 commas. And so I now know that the real answer is 12, because they had 11 commas. There's another way to do that, and let's see if I can, if I look here, every one of these things has the closed number here at the end, so closed or filtered. And that is going to be, 1,000 minus that is the number of ports open. And so I can use that. So I will grep, let's say, was it ignored on there. And then, see, I can get rid of all this. I want to get, when I do that, okay, I got these lines. I want to get this last bit right here. And so what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to reverse the line. There's probably many ways you could do this, but I'm going to reverse the line. And so now the thing I want is right at the front. I'm going to cut it based on the opening parenthesis. So we will do a cut -d, like that, -F1, put it back into reverse. Let's see what we got now. So now we're doing better. We're getting our numbers. We can Actually, you know what we could do here is also we could do a cut minus C for characters, for what character we want, and we want characters 2 and on before we reverse it, and that'll get rid of that other parenthesis as well, because it just basically says ignore that first character, which is always going to be the open or the closed parenthesis because we're reversed. Now we reverse it back to the normal length, and then we're back to sort minus R minus N for numeric, and we'll put that in the less. And here we have the ones we care about are the ones at the top here, the smallest ones. The smallest number of ignored ports was 988, which is 12 off of 1,000. So we could do, that's fine. So we know it's 12. We got 12 two different ways. So we can quiz me and put in 12, and we did it. We've unlocked the achievement. So, yeah, that was it. Thanks for sticking around, and I will talk to you next time.